Hello, everybody, and welcome to this I was going to say special Easter Monday edition. So it is special Easter Monday edition of Streetwise Live. I am Sharon, and I'm one of the London leaders, and I am therefore giving a huge shout out to all of you from Manchester and Nottingham and Newcastle and Middlesbrough, and have I forgotten anyone? Oh my God, I have forgotten London, my awesome connections and South Bank Centre groups. I think that's it. Have I forgotten it? Yeah, Middlesbrough. No, that's it. So it's really lovely to be here, and I hope you are enjoying the not so sunny day today. Hope you're all coping as well as you possibly can in these crazy times. So today we are going to do a bit of stuff on. I'm going to start with some physical warm up actually, because I think it's really super important to keep ourselves. If you can't go out too much, which we can't, to keep ourselves moving and just a bit stretchy, because if we're going to sing, which we so completely are, I think it's really important to keep ourselves just a bit moving. So I'm going to move my chair back, and I hope you can all see me. It's quite cold in my house. So welcome to my house. Here is my house. Here is me. And so we're just going to start off with a bit of a physical warm up. So the key with all these things is if you're finding anything uncomfortable, just stop. Don't do it. You'll be absolutely fine. Just do as much as you can. And I say this to all the groups. And all the groups, of course, going, oh, Sharon's doing her physical warm up. How fantastic. Here we go. So, welcome. Here we go. So, we're just going to start with little arm swings. So, the idea is not to do it like you are either a windmill or in a zombie apocalypse movie. So, it is not that. You are not going to walk around doing anything like that. So, you want to relax your arms as much as possible. So, what we're going to do first, before we do that, is we're going to shake our hand. Just shake your hand. Shake your hand as though you're desperately trying to get something off your hand, and flick your hand and shake it up and down. Just a bit of shake there, and let it go. Now, if you have shaken your hand to the optimum level, you will actually feel a really nice fizz of energy going up your arm, and that's kind of like waking your whole arm up. So now we are going to do the other one. So do the other hand, shake it a bit. So you're getting a bit of chewing gum off the end of your finger. I don't know why I randomly said that, but whatever you think you might be wanting to get off your finger, stress of the day, play the piano a bit, like that, a bit like that, a bit like that, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake your arm, shake the arm that you are still shaking, and just let that go. Feel that fizz of energy go up both of your arms. Oh look, I'm slightly warmer now, so I'm going to de-layer one layer. So there you go. Okay, so now we are going to do these little arm swings. So keeping your arms really relaxed, you're just going to do keep your feet straight, hip width apart. I can't show you hip width apart because the laptop will not let me go down to my hip width apart. Oh, hello. Hello, Martin from Newcastle. Woohoo! And so just keep doing this, really relaxing. Now you should feel a bit of a stretch in your back, in your ribs, and lovely. So just let that come back to a natural stop. And now we're going to do a thing called lion breathing. So what your feet are doing, your feet are together, your elbows are together, and your fists are together. And now you're going to breathe in. You're sort of like bending slightly forward. You're going to breathe in, and you're going to go like this. And you're going to breathe in, and you're going to breathe out. One more time. And you're going to breathe out. And again, really lovely stretching. Now you're just going to do a moment of side stretch. Now I don't want that. I don't want any of that stuff. All you're doing is stretching this side of your body, and you can just feel that stretch up the side of your rib cage. It's really nice to do. And these are all things you can do in your own home, anytime you want. Anytime you want to just get a bit of energy into your body or a bit of stress out of your body. Really nice to do stuff like this and let your arms go. So now we're just going to focus a bit on our shoulders. So you're just going to shoulders up to your ears and take a breath. And then up to your ears, even further until you think you can't stand it anymore, and you're going to let it go with a big sigh like this. Oh! Is everyone doing this? I hope everyone is doing this. Are you all doing this? Please say you're doing it. Yes, of course you are. You're all doing this. Let's do it again. And so take a breath in. And another breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it really tight, and let it go with a big sigh. Oh, doesn't that feel amazing? Okay, so now you're just going to drop your head forward and lift it up and turn it to the right, to the front, to the left, to the front, drop it down again. And now you're going to take your elbow, and it's really important that you take your elbow so you're not putting any strain on your shoulder when you tap your other shoulder. So you're taking your right elbow with your left hand and you are tapping your left shoulder to get rid of some of that tension. It's a really nice way to do a self-massage. Or if you have someone there to massage for you, that's also really nice. So just get a bit of a dig in. And now hold your elbow with your other hand and just do a bit of that. Do a bit of that tapping. Really nice. And just do a bit of that. Try and get your wings together. Just do a bit of stretching and just do a bit of stretching forward. And now I just want you to do a bit of a free dance. Nice bit of free dance here in your own privacy of your own area. No one can see you. I can't see you. I'm just doing this for you all. And I'm doing it, so why can't you, I say. Fantastic. So we're just going to finish with 3 calming breaths to get us back into the zone of pre-singing. So all the stuff we do is really important to do before you sing because it warms you up physically and gets you kind of match ready. So we're going to lift our arms up, we're going to take a breath, and we're going to breathe out. And you're going to take a breath in again. And you're going to breathe out. And one more time, take a breath in. And you're going to breathe out. And you're going to put your hands just below your belly button. And you're going to just take a couple of breaths there. If you want to shut your eyes to focus better on that, you can absolutely do that. So you want to be breathing down just into that lower belly area. Your ribs are very big. They're bigger than you think. And if you're anxious or if you've been cooped up, the tendency can be to breathe up there. And that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be just getting that breath really low and centered. So just think of that. So if you see what I'm doing, you can see that it's not just, you can see a bit of my shoulders moving and you can see a bit of my rib cage moving. But if you could see my hands, which you can't quite, you'd be able to see them. Moving in and out there. So that's a really nice one to do. So now we're going to just do a quick bit of the motorcycle getting the energy up. So we are going to, it's about support. So you want to be supporting the sound every time you sing, as we know. So put your thumbs just below your belly button and you're just going to do this for me, or with me. So I'll demonstrate first. So it goes like this. So give me a go. You're all doing it. I can totally hear you. Do it again. Brilliant. So that, if you can feel that is a real, that's a real kick into that area. You can feel that. You should be able to feel all that kind of your diaphragm, your ribs, your lower belly. You should be able to feel that kicking in when you do that, and that is where your support and your power is going to come from. So try that again. Great. And now we're going to do it to z. So and again. Fantastic. Now we're going to do it to v. If you really want to kind of play, you can kind of imagine that you're riding a bike. Fantastic. You're all doing brilliantly. So we're also now just going to do a bit of lip and tongue trill stuff to again get us ready to do the singing. So if you can, I'd like you to do a lip trill. So this is basically going. Can you do that? I'm sure you can. Let's give it a go. So you're going to do it up and down on a siren. That's great. Fantastic. You're all doing brilliantly. And now we're going to try and do it with our tongues. So most people can do either one or the other. Not often can people do both. So if you can do both, massive kudos to you. So it's a tongue trill. So and again. So you're trying to go from low to high. So these are really good things to warm up your vocal cords and get your face all moving and lovely. So now we're going to just do a bit of sirening, which is another way to hear whether your voice is in a good shape. So we're just going to do a quick bit of this to a whoop. So it's and again. Fantastic. So it's time to do a bit of actual singing. So we're going to do a little exercise which is sung to this rather famous tune, and you may recognise it. So I'm going to do it on that note, and it goes la 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 la. 6 points if you know what that is. Anyone know what that is? What is that tune? I'm going to sing it for you again. La 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 la. It is. Anyone? Come on. Somebody must know. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Please feel free. Obviously, keep the comments coming. We'd love to see them. Remembering that there is a bit of a delay, so we don't always see them when you're writing them, but we do see them. So anybody know what that was? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to wait for someone to tell me. But we are not going to do it to la. We are going to do it to words. And so we are going to do a bit of a tongue twister. We're going to do it to merry men. And it goes like this. Merry men, merry men, merry men, 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 merry men, merry men, merry men, 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 merry men, merry men, merry men, 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 merry men, merry men, men, men. So let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Merry men, merry men, merry men, 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 merry men, merry men, merry men, 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 merry men, merry men, merry men, 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 merry men, merry men, men, men. Marvellous. And then we add different words. So we are going to now add fish and chips. So the three, it has to go duh, duh, duh. So that's your kind of 3-syllable or one word. Oh, well done, Louise from Manchester. William Tell Overture, you win that Easter egg that is coveted by us all. Go have an Easter egg. You have deserved that, William Tell Overture. Thank you very much, Louise from Manchester. So now we're going to do it to fish and chips because obviously we are on the food spectrum right now. So, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Fish and chips, fish and chips, fish and chips, chip, chips, fish and chips, fish and chips, fish and chips, 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 fish and chips, fish and chips, fish and chips, 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 fish and chips, fish and chips, chips, chips. Everyone get that? We got teeth in? Fantastic. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Fish and chips, fish and chips, fish and chips, 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 fish and chips, fish and chips, fish and chips, 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 fish and chips, fish and chips, fish and chips, 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 fish and chips, fish and chips, chips, chips. See, I can't even do it sometimes. Great. And then we're going to do cup of tea. So let's have a gesture for cup of tea. What kind of gesture might we come up with? You could go cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, tea, tea. Or if you want to be very literal about the whole thing, you could go cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, tea, tea. If you actually have a cup of tea with you, you can use your own cup of tea whilst not spilling it. I haven't got tea, I've got water. There you go. So let's try that with any random gesture you like. I'm going to go with the teacup thing. So off we go. 1, 2, 3. Cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, 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 cup of tea, cup of tea, tea, tea. So this Merry Men exercise, which is great for warming up the voice and also warming up your mouth and tongue twister and lyrics so you can get the words out. We are going to be revisiting this every day for this week, and lovely Tim from Nottingham will be picking it up tomorrow. And so please send in your suggestions for words to go with da 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 da. So you've got cup of tea, you've got fish and chips, you've got in the bin, you've got rock and roll, you've got anything you want. and Tim will integrate them into tomorrow's session. So, moving on, we are going to explore a bit of an opera now. So, the opera that I've got for you today is Rusalka by the Czech composer Anton Dvorak. I should have actually asked, does anyone know who composed that? Oh my God, sorry. So, the Czech composer Anton Dvorak. Does anybody know what Rusalka, the opera, is about? Anyone got an idea? Please fill it in with the comments and we will have a see. What is Rusalka about? Any clues? We were doing Rusalka in the London groups before all this kicked off, and we were having an absolutely brilliant time exploring all these characters. So I haven't seen any comments yet, so I'm going to continue. So Rusalka is basically the story of the Little Mermaid. Oh, how lovely, you might be thinking. How sweet. Ariel, Disney, long red hair, whole new world. It's a whole new world. And she marries a prince and they live happily ever after. How gorgeous, you might be thinking. Actually, no, that's not this story. So this being an opera, this is actually a really depressing one because you'll be unsurprised to hear, like so many operas, it doesn't have a happy ending. So Rusalka is a mermaid. Here is a picture of what Rusalka might look like. Isn't she gorgeous? Sitting there on her little rock, looking wistfully out at the sea. So I would love you all now to get into a kind of mermaidy pose. So sit, I mean, I can't see your legs, but you'd be having a tail anyway. So have a tail, just be sitting wistfully. You might want to be staring up at the moon because we're going to be doing a bit of that song in a minute. And just look up and get into a mermaidy, wistful pose. Do the hands go like that? Do your hands cup your chin? Do you put your hands on your heart? What are you doing as this mermaid? Because this mermaid has fallen in love with a human prince. Ah, bless, you might think. Again, not going to end well. So she wants to find out how she can make the human prince fall in love with her. And her dad, who runs this lake, he's kind of like king of this particular huge bit of water that they live in. He is the water gnome, and he knows that it is not going to end well at all. So because Rusalka wants to go and see the witch Jezebaba. Everyone say Jezebaba for me. Thank you very much. So Jezebaba is actually a generic name for witch in Czech. So she could, that's what she's called. Jezebaba is the translation for witch. And so Rusalka goes to see. Rusalka's not listening to her dad at this point because, whoever does. Like, she's going, I'm going to see Jezebaba and I am going to become human and I am going to make him fall in love with me and we'll live happily ever after. I'm just going to read you this hilarious bit of synopsis because it just sums up everything that is not going to go well. So, Jezebaba informs Rusalka that her ability to speak to humans will be denied her. If she fails to win the prince's love, she will be forever cursed. If he rejects her, he too will be eternally damned. Confident of her love, Rusalka agrees. What could possibly go wrong with that, you may ask, and you would be indeed right, because literally everything. But at this point in the opera, we're just going to introduce a couple of these fabulous characters. Hold up. Oh, thank you, Caroline from Nottingham, saying I'm doing brilliantly. I love you for that. That is just so sweet. For that, I'm going to re-show you this fabulous picture of the Little Mermaid, or a Little Mermaid, or Rusalka. There you go, Rusalka. So, we are going to explore a couple of these fabulous characters. So, the words are, you don't need them on the screen because you don't need these yet. So, you're going to go, hey, ah, ho, hey, ah, ho. That is your first bit. And it goes, hey, ah, ho, hey, ah, ho. So, everyone, can we just do that for a minute? Hey, ah, ho, hey, ah, ho. And then we are going to sing, I am the water gnome. So you want to be finding now, what does a water gnome sound like? What does a water gnome look like? Does a water gnome, does he have a like super deep voice like that? Or is he a bit, what is he like? Find a gesture for a water gnome. Does he stand like that? So does he, is he kind of like quite grand and he's sitting on his throne and just being water gnoming? So we're just going to do a couple of rounds of water gnome, and I'm going to sing it in the way that I believe a water gnome might sing this. Hey, ho, hey, ho, I am the water gnome. Hey, ho, hey, ho, I am the water gnome. So there you go, that's your water gnome. The next person to come along is the prince. And he's all a bit, well, how can we describe this prince, knowing that it's not going to end well for Rusalka? I would say he's a bit of a player. So he eventually goes off with someone who is called the foreign princess. She actually doesn't have a name. She is called the foreign princess. So the foreign princess and the prince end up together, except then the prince goes, oh my God, what a terrible decision I made. Oh my God. And he goes off to find Rusalka and they both die. I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but they do. Go look it up, it's fabulous. So the prince, what would he be doing? He has a bow and arrow. He's a hunter, so you might want to be getting your bow and arrow out and shooting some poor God-forsaken animal. So he might sing something like this. Hey-a-ho, I'm the prince now, don't you know? So let's have a go at that a couple of times. Hey-a-ho, I'm the prince now, don't you know? Hey-a-ho, I'm the prince now, don't you know? Fabulous. He's a real sweetie. And then we get to Jezebubba the witch, who's pretty cool, actually. I mean, she does warn Rusalka about all these things that are going to happen or that may happen. Rusalka has to learn to walk on land. She's a mermaid. She hasn't got feet. Can you imagine how painful that is? So she has to learn to walk, and she loses the power of speech. So she cannot even speak to the prince. So she goes on land, she gets her feet, but she loses the power of speech. So she has to only communicate through gestures when she meets the prince. But Jezebubba, she might sound a bit like this. Find a gesture for Jezebubba. I don't know. Or do you want to be a bit witchy? Or do you want to be a bit like posh witchy? Do you want to be a bit maleficent witchy? So here we go. Hey, ah, oh. Oh no, wrong. We're going to go hey, aha, because it rhymes with Jezebubba. Hey, aha, I am Jezebubba. Hey, aha, I am Jezebubba. God love her. And now we finally get to poor little Rusalka pining for her love. And we're going to go with a hey, aha again. So we're going to just slow it down a bit for her. Find a gesture for Rusalka. You could go back to one of those. You could go back to a bit of yearning. Whatever you feel Rusalka would be doing. You can certainly do a bit of sitting sideways and staring at stuff. Hey, aha, I am Rusalka. Hey, aha, I am Rusalka. Bless her. Now we are going to do a tiny bit of the beautiful Song to the Moon, which I'm going to stand up and sing the high bit for, because unfortunately you can't really do it full justice. So I'm going to stand here and I'm going to go, oh, moon, please stay a while, stay with me, tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. Now, that is how we would be singing it if we were actually in a room together. Unfortunately, it will blow everyone's mics out if we do that. So we're going to just go an octave down, more or less. So I think you have the lyrics up there. So, oh moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. Tell me, oh tell me, where my love can be. Okay? And so it goes like this. Oh, moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. Tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. Oh, moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. Tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. So I'm going to teach it quickly, line by line. So, oh, moon, please stay a while. Try that with me. Oh, moon, please stay a while. And we're going to now go a bit all impassioned with the whole thing. Stay with me. So I want you to be finding gestures all the way through this. Moon, oh, moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. She's all very romantic and yearny, so you want to be doing a lot of that now. Oh, moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. Gorgeous. Everyone's doing really, really well. Tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. Try that with me. Let me find that. Yep, yeah. Tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. Really nice. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. Tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. And then we then do a tiny bit more, which is almost a repeat of that. Oh, moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. Tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. Now, we're going to do that one more time, and then I'm going to go, does that song remind you of anything? Maybe it does. Here we go. And don't forget, oh, are you doing gestures? I hope you're doing gestures, because I can't see you, but I'm imagining that you are doing moon, moon, love, tell me where my love can be. Act your little socks off, Streetwise Live, because I know that you can. 2, 3. Oh, moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. Tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. Oh, moon, please stay a while. Stay with me. Tell me, oh, tell me where my love can be. Oh, I'm getting so many lovely messages. I'm just going to read a couple there. Where are you? Oh my God, thank you, Caroline, saying I have a great voice. Thank you, Louise Brooks from Manchester, saying she loves this. I love it too. Now, the more discerning viewers amongst you may be going, hold on a minute, the beginning of that song starts a bit like the beginning of another song. So if I play these chords, if I went like this, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, hear you say, it's Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So Harold Arlen, who wrote that beautiful song, the music for that beautiful song, he very likely will have known that, because that is, I mean, it's not plagiarism exactly because it's not exactly the same, but it's got huge similarities. That beautiful la la, that kind of, that beautiful yearning swoop up, which is really, really nice. So to end with, we are just going to do a bit of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Here we go, team. 1, 2, 3. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. And again, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Thank you so much for watching and joining in and being genuinely amazing. I miss you all loads. We all miss you, and we all look forward to the day when we can all be in the same room and singing together, all together, amazing operas, amazing songs, and being with you amazing people. Stay safe and have a beautiful rest of the day. Eat loads of eggs. Time for that cup of tea. You have totally earned it. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Oh,